Alright, welcome back to Shooting It Straight. I'm going to have to talk loud again today because I've got the AC running in the window here. It's 96 degrees outside right now, and we haven't even hit the hot part of the day yet. So I'm not about to turn that damn thing off. We're looking at self-defense pistols in .45 ACP for either home defense or carry, and we're going to try to determine which is the best of them based on realistic criteria. Alright, you know, I've been watching a lot of gun comparison videos lately, and you've seen them before too. There's a lot of them out there, and I do enjoy them. You know, but they're claiming that, you know, pistol A is better than pistol B, or, you know, why the M&P is better than a Glock, or why the P320 is better than the Walther PDP, and, you know, things of that nature. Now, I realize that these things are largely just personal preferences, you know, in most cases, and that's okay. You know, I watch those videos because I do find them interesting. And, you know, I'm thinking that, you know, I might can learn something from one of them once or twice. And I have learned a couple of things. And here's about all I have learned from them so far. Look, if you're going to do a pistol comparison video, you should probably first explain the context of which the pistols are to be compared. Are you comparing the two pistols in a target shooting context or in a self-defense context? Because those are two different disciplines. There's a reason for this. Now, as I said earlier, my video today is concerning self-defense pistols, which for today, purposes of this video, is going to be in .45 ACP, which happens to be my favorite caliber. And I have also learned that there are certain aspects of these comparison videos that very commonly tend to concentrate on, or at least discuss at length, points that I find not at all relevant, especially for concealed carriers. That's why the context of such comparison videos should be explained first. And here are those points of focus or discussions that I'm talking about in these videos. and you can see them. They're all out there. You've seen them before. They'll go on and on and on about trigger feel. How a trigger feels should never be a concern for any serious concealed carrier. Now, I've stated this dozens of times. Things like creep or stacking, or, you know, the trigger feeling gritty, you know, the reset on it, is it a short reset, is it a crisp reset, the take up and all that stuff, or whether the trigger face is flat or curved. That kind of stuff is of no interest to a real concealed carrier, because he's smart enough to know that none of it will matter in a real life shootout. You know, for that matter, even target shooters should be able to use an unrefined, gritty trigger with little to no problem at all if they're a decent marksman to begin with. You know, trigger feel gripes are nothing but excuses used by shooters that can't hit their targets. Now, whether your favorite pistol has a traditional double action, single action trigger pull, or just a double action trigger pull, or just a single action trigger pull, or a striker fired or hammer fired, is simply a matter of personal preference. Those things are not going to make a difference. It's just what you prefer. Okay, Here's another one. Aesthetics. Are you freaking kidding me? You're concerned about how a pistol looks? Crikes. Look, go to your doctor and get a testosterone shot, because only girls give a damn about how cute a gun looks. Fuck's sake. Alright, front slide serrations. Well, you gotta have those for your tactical but ridiculous press checks, right? Bullshit. I have never understood the purpose of this practice, so front slide serrations are useless to me. They look good, but I don't use them because I don't press check. And here's another one. They continue to go on, and this is what they look for to see if the gun is decent. MOS or RDO cuts. Again, I'm a concealed carrier, so I've got no use for any sort of optic on my EDC. As such, I prefer not to have any cuts on them at all. All of these things are what I refer to as useless points of comparison, especially for a defensive handgun. But some people do prefer them, and that's perfectly fine. But those things do not make a gun better than others. Now this video will be a self-defense pistol comparison, since my channel is about that particular topic, and the comparison will be to all other 45 ECP pistols, not just to one or two in particular. Okay, so why don't we look at comparison points that actually do matter, things that you should look for. Alright. External controls. Are the controls easy to access, easy to reach, and easy to manipulate, such as the magazine release, the slide stop lever, the safety, the decocker, and so forth? Alright, next you want to check out quality of material. What materials are being used? Which components are made of each material? And what is the quality of those materials used? Okay, that makes sense? Now you want to look for quality of build, and that's important. How is a pistol constructed? Alright, is it sturdy? Is it designed well? Does everything work as designed? Does everything fit like it should? How's the finish on it? Alright, next we look at ergonomics. Now this is fairly important because a pistol that fits the hand comfortably generally equates to better shooting by the user. Now grip pitch can also allow for faster sight alignment and target acquisition, since your natural point ability is a factor in ergonomics as well. That grip pitch or that grip angle has something to do with that. Reliability. This is the number one most important thing of all, I think. Things such as ergonomics, quality of build or materials, features, and controls mean nothing if the reliability isn't there. Alright, and now we're going to look at accuracy. Now, I'm speaking of the gun's accuracy, not your accuracy. The only way to precisely determine the gun's accuracy is to remove all human elements from the shots taken, the test shots. That means using a mechanical device, such as a ransom wrist. You know, merely standing in front of a target and shooting unsupported is doing nothing but testing your accuracy, not the gun's accuracy, yours. So in my way of thinking, these are really the only sensible points that should be compared between pistols when you're going to try to determine which one's better than the other. All else is either unnecessary, pointless, just personal preference, or excuses. And so it is these points that we're going to discuss while I explain why I believe that the best 45 ACP pistol on the market today, bar none, is the Springfield XD. This happens to be the service model. That's what it's called, a service model, not compact, not full size, but service model. Well, all right. Now let's get started on that. Now, for several years, I've noticed that whenever online articles and YouTube videos have a list of their top 5 best pistols or top 10 best pistols of 2020 or 2021 or whatever, the pistols are almost always ranked either in order of sales or simply by popularity, without any other true merits for the ranking order. Well, I don't agree with that system at all. Mere popularity does not always indicate quality or optimal performance of an item. Most times an item, such as a gun or ammo type, becomes popular simply because of crowd following, which is just, weak-minded people making a decision that they have based on nothing else but the fact that other people are doing it too. And of course, popularity is the driving force behind sales. So neither one of those things should ever be a factor in determining what gun is actually best. You may have the best-selling guns of 2021 or something of that nature, but it's not going to be the best, not based on that criteria. Now, I just spent the last couple of days reading online reviews and articles that featured best 45 ACP pistols. And I typed that into the search bar to look specifically for that. You can research it yourself, and also articles regarding topics titled the top 10 pistols or the top 7 defensive pistols and much more like these. And one thing really stands out. I've noticed that Springfield Armory pistols almost never make these lists. Springfield Armory XD pistols are well known for their quality and their superb reliability. So why does Springfield Armory lag in popularity and are never included in the list of top 10 pistols in gun videos or top 7 45 ACP pistols in articles? And also, many gun channels today still refuse to feature any Springfield pistols at all. Why is that? Why all the obvious bias towards Springfield Armory? Oh, I got it. The boycott, because Springfield Armory is anti-Second Amendment, right? Okay, that's funny. I've not seen anyone boycotting Ruger firearms. I suppose Ruger is anti-Second Amendment also, since Bill Ruger called for a 10-round magazine capacity limit in 1992, saying, quote, "No honest man needs more than 10 rounds in any gun." And he said in an interview that he supports waiting periods on gun purchases. There's no outrage there. There was no boycott there. A little bit of double standards going on here. Look, it's time to wash the sand out of your ignorant asses and get a life, all right? Okay, now let's get into the reasons why I believe that the XD and the XDM pistols are superior to other 45 ACP pistols. Alright, now I don't have my XDM here with me today. I do have an XDM 45. My brother has it right now, along with that cheap Uncle Mike holster that I bought 22 years ago. He got the holster and the gun, and he's got it right now. And I haven't got it back yet, so I'm not able to include it here today. But you know what the pistol looks like, you know about it, so, and I will touch on that. I want to start this off by giving a sort of disclaimer. I am in no way trying to imply that other pistols are trash compared to the XD models, or that other pistols are a bad choice. Look, there are several very excellent 45 AC pistols on the market right now. So I'm not trashing any of those, and this is not a sales pitch for Springfield Armory. I've got no association with them. Alright, so let's get on with it. Let's discuss it point by point. Now on the XDM model has the multiple back strap system and an excellent grip texture that is, they call it the Mega Lock pattern. So there's no need for aftermarket grip enhancements on the XDM pistol. The XD pistol, however, is a different story. It's rather slick, so I got these Talon grips on here. I put these grips on here about 7 years ago, and they're still the original grips, and they still work fine. A virtually indestructible, corrosion and scratch resistant melanite treatment to the slide, barrel, and other steel components are done. It's very accurate and utterly reliable, no matter what the ammo is. I got this soon after I retired, and I've been retired for just about 10 years now, so I've had this just about 9 years. And I've shot steel cased ammo, aluminum cased ammo, jacketed hollow point, ball ammo, plus P loads, and in every weight available in 45 ACP. Almost 8,000 rounds, I think a little over 8,000 rounds I've put through here since I've had it. Not a single failure of any type at all. Not even a hiccup. The magazine capacity is comparable to that of a Glock 21, which is in 45 ACP, which is a 13 round magazine capacity. The Glock 21 has a 13 round magazine capacity too. So if you're concerned about magazine capacity, 13 rounds of 45 ACP in a magazine is all you'll ever need, believe me. Plus one in the pipe, so you got 14 rounds of big 45. Speaking of magazines, the magazines are made by the same manufacturer of the pistol itself, HS Product in Croatia. So it's specifically made for the pistol. The body of the magazine is constructed of stainless steel with a high luster polish to guarantee positive ejection and to prevent corrosion. They're very well built, they're sturdy, and there is no welding seams visible on the spine, indicating a high level of detailed workmanship. The floor plate and the follower is constructed of a high density strong polymer designed to withstand high impacts without cracking, chipping, or splitting. And this one's scratched up right here where it's fallen off and hit the concrete pad of the shooting lane, but the plate's still fine on it. The barrel is cold hammer forged carbon steel, and the slide is forged carbon steel as well. I prefer carbon steel over stainless steel because carbon steel is stronger and harder than stainless steel. You probably didn't know that, but that's true. Now the XDM comes with a match grade barrel and a match grade trigger. You've got excellent ergonomics, it's comfortable, the grip pitch allows for fast natural pointing, and on the XDM, as I said, grip size can be adjusted by use of the multiple backstrap system. They both come with robust steel sights. They both come with true ambi magazine releases. You can access it from either side. This is not the reversible kind you have on Glocks. Alright, this is true ambi. Those are not, the ones on Glocks are not ambi. They're reversible. And they're steel, not polymer. It's got the forward slide serrations for the tactical crowd. It's got the 1913 dust cover pick rail here. The XD was specifically designed for and issued to militaries and has been proven in combat battlefields for more than 2 decades and by several different militaries throughout the world. The XDs have less polymer components such as the trigger, mag release button, sights, recoil spring guide rod, than most other poly pistols, which is why they weigh about an ounce or two, a couple of ounces more. For example, this is 31 ounces with an empty mag in it. Alright, it's 31 ounces. The Glock 21 weighs in at around 29 ounces. Now the polymer frame of the XDs are just very slightly thicker, but more sturdy than most other polymer pistols as well, which gives it less flex. And you can feel that. You can feel that when you squeeze the grip down here on Glocks and XDs and others. You can feel the difference. Hold on, let me do this. The slide rails here on the frame are much more stout. See, all of that is steel slide rails. They're much more stout and much more robust than the small tabs found on most other polymer frame pistols, with the exception of a few. The slide stop is much more robust and usable for me, especially the one on the XDM, whereas most others unfortunately have copied the same tiny, flat, useless, Glock-like stamped sheet metal slide stop lever. Now they work, but I just can't manipulate those things. Far too small and hard to get to. Now there are exceptions here though, such as the Walther PPQ and PDP. Most H&K pistols and even some Canics have excellent slide stops on there, in my opinion. And I'm a big fan of usable slide stops since I actually use it. I don't waste my time with the overhand rack thing. Alright, both the XD and XDM have a loaded chamber indicator that pops up right here, and a cocked indicator back here, both of which are easily visible and very tactile. You can easily check the status of either one in complete darkness, unlike for example, a small peephole in the top of the chamber or a small slightly raised area on the extractor. All of these standard qualities are combined into one simple, rugged, durable, robust, and ultra-reliable pistol that has been proven in the battlefields. I'm not aware of another pistol on the market that can claim all of these things. The Glock, the P320, the M&P, the 1911, the HKVP or USP, Walther, nope. They're all very good pistols, but none of them have all of those standard qualities and features in one pistol. They all have either plastic sights or tiny slide rail tabs or plastic recoil spring guide rods, an odd grip angle, stainless steel instead of carbon steel, which is okay, some sort of Cerakote bullshit on there, which is nothing more than an expensive paint job that wears quickly and flakes off eventually, or they're less than stellar reliability, or they have unacceptably high price tags. So, in my opinion, nothing beats an XD or an XDM pistol in any category, you know. I would put either one of my XDs up against any other pistol on the market today and in any test environment with supreme confidence that it would prove to be the better pistol. Now, is the XDM or the XD perfect? No. I'd like to see some minor changes like rounding off the trigger guard, which I've already done. I'd like to see them eliminate that useless grip safety, and I'd like to see them add some finger grooves up here. Now, I'm still a huge fan of Glocks, HKs, the Beretta APX, Walthers, a few of the SIGs, and others. But the XD and the XDM pistols are still my #1 pick as a defensive pistol. And really, any Glock or the APX is right behind it. The XD or XDM is my, if I could have only one pistol. But again, this video is based on my personal opinions, and my personal opinions are based on my experiences, my observations, my research, and a few actual facts. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. So thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more videos. I'm Antonius, and I'm only shooting it straight with you. Ciao.